Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review round 19 of the 2025 NRL Fantasy season. So this week, an okay score, 714, which was about 12,000th for the round. Did see me sneak in 200 spots or thereabouts on the overall rank, so yeah, about 240. So we'll call that a win. So this week we had Connor Watson, who we traded in, score a 55. Terrell Mayers, our captain, only scored a 54, so that was a little bit disappointing, but could have been worse, I guess. Aaron Clark with 57 was good as usual. Dylan Lucas, unfortunately, going down injured, so he's scoring us a 44 before doing so. Jacob Preston was good with 56. Nathan Cleary, so despite coming off the bench, went really well with 64 points. Jerome Hughes was good with 66. Karapani, we thought was going to sort of do a bit for us this week, but unfortunately only scoring the 22. And then Herbie Farnworth. So for those who are following the team and watched the round preview, I did have Isaiah Katoa traded in. But then with Ryan Pappenhausen being a late scratching on Friday, I did a little bit of tinkering, because I didn't have any wing fullback cover. So I sort of, I had Lucas. I was still sort of sweating on Haas and Yo. It wasn't really confirmed until an hour before kickoff that Yowie was playing. So I didn't want to risk throwing Josh Curran in there and not having a middle. So I thought, well, out of the other sort of keeper options that I want, what are we looking at here? And I was able to make it work to bring in Herbie Farnworth instead. And I think that was the right decision. He scored an 81. Katoa scored about a 50 odd. We would have missed out on Hughes' score. So I think, that sideways move worked out really well. So, yeah, I'm glad I've got Herbie in, and particularly now with Dylan Lucas out, I think he is a set and forget option there at centre. At the back, Teddy was awesome with 57. Kiraz was solid without being too flash with 36, and Nwangani Tuase with just the 29. Probably wasn't quite where we wanted to be. And then we did get Isaiah Yo's score of 39. Obviously, Josh Curran's 48 would have been nice, but we, like I said, didn't really want to risk it. So Donahue solid with a 45, Finey with just the 27, and Fletcher Hunt, who we bought in for Jed Stewart, just to free up a bit more cash to make some moves this week. Did all right with a 24. So in terms of the leagues, I think, we're finally back up and running with the first league, which will be nice. But in the second league, did get a win over the Yorkshire Yowies, Mark's team, who've been going pretty well this season. So he scored a 693. So he had Fanua Blake get a 33. Nafahu White with 58 was quite good. So I had Savala with a 41 and Fainu in the halves. Had Herbie Farnworth as well, so that definitely helped the head-to-head. Played Lucas in the edge, so I guess, Nafahu White definitely outscoring Karapani. And then the wing fullback line went alright too, with Reece Walsh scoring a 50, Drinky with a 35. And would have got Willison's 46 for Payne Haas too, so just trying to work out the difference. I guess maybe the halves was the big difference. Would have got maybe a few more points out of Yo rather than Fanua Blake. Oh, actually, it should be Yo and it's going to be Watson because Aaron Clark's there. So yeah, Watson and Yo over Fanua Blake, and Willison scraped a few extra points as well, which is nice. But elsewhere in the league, if we go back, so a 789 for Fatality Phil's team. So that's got to be good for the overall as well. So he had Aaron Clark, Watson as well, Fanua Blake, Ellie Katoa was 77. So, the choice between him and Preston, it's definitely looking like Katoa was the right call, unfortunately for us. Had Herbie Farnworth as well, Drinkwater, Tedesco, Campbell in the back line. But Nico Hines with the 93. So I think anyone who had him did pretty well this week. He killed it on Friday night. So that would have slotted in there nicely for Sandon. I think that's the 13. So that's worked out pretty well. So we will have a look at the overall league too. As I said, I think that would have helped Phil's case out a bit. So yeah, he's moved up to 295. So that's a nice little move upwards. Liam's up as well into 160 thanks to a 792, which is a pretty good score. Also another Terrell May captainer. Had Katoa and Hines. Had Herbie. Would have got KPP 61 on the edge, so that's a handy result too. I think that might have been looped in as well, so that's some nice work there. And good stuff. So Schmick Richards as well, sort of starting to slide a bit outside the top 1,000, so we might just keep a track on Liam and Phil as they charge towards hopefully the top. But in terms of moves this week, so we're back to best 17, which is alright. And we've got 47k to spend. We also got our 8 additional trades. So for those that were sweating on low trades, you do get the extra 8. They do hold them till after the origin period, which is super handy. So we're not going to use 4 because if we sort of try and set the team up as best we can, so I think we need to get Isaiah Yeo back on the field. Aaron Clark can cover both of them. We do need an edge, so Tungy's back. Lucas will have to replace because he would be normally sitting here in the centres. And then potentially, you've got Pappy can cover here. We've got Donahue, Finu in the half. So I guess like the structure of the team is okay. We probably just need to bump Tallis Duncan up a bit. And we'll just bring Pappy back down a few spots. So I guess probably the area that does need attention is our back line with Lucas out for a while. And Pappenhausen under a bit of an injury cloud might not be the most reliable. Karapani's on the bye, so we can't sort of use him this week. And Fletcher Hunt, still probably a bit of an unproven quantity. More of a cash out rather than a viable playing option. So what I'm thinking is there might be a bit of an opportunity for a 1 down, 1 up type situation. So I'm just going to rejig the team slightly. So we'll put Pappy on. And so once we've set this up, it's actually going to be Pappenhausen who goes down. And the player that we're going to target as a bit of a flyer is Tommy Turbo. So at 459k, it's a 140k discount, which is super handy. And then this does free up the opportunity to sort of upgrade Lucas. So I guess the like for like option would be a Bo Thermal, covers edge and center. But we're going straight to the top of the tree. We're going to bring in Hudson Young. So only owned by 5.3%. I'm sure that will increase in the coming weeks now that Origin is done. But, we're going to try and go for that upside that he can offer. So with this, we're probably going to look at putting him in the starting team just because Kyle Matungi's flexibility is more useful on the bench. And so then it's just a decision of, well, actually this week we don't have the decision because Payne Haas is out. So, it's going to be probably a decision between Duncan or Curran for the 17th spot. It's probably going to be more likely Duncan in the future, so I might just plug Curran in there. But then it does give us the opportunity to loop. But in saying that, Fainu plays quite late in the round. Fletcher Hunt plays in the last game. And truth be told, I'll probably back these guys in to outscore them anyway. So I don't think we're really going to look at looping this week. We'll just run with the 17. And then captain and vice captain. So Terrell is up against the Titans. So Sunday Arvo, so could be some offloading and the like. We'll give him an opportunity to bounce back. And then the VC, obviously Payne Haas is on the Pine. So we do have to go a bit further afield. And I'm thinking Cleary could be good against Souths. Obviously Souths aren't doing fantastic. Potentially Hudson Young up against Para. Come back and do some good things for the Raiders. Jerome Hughes potentially against, who are they playing? The Manly, Saturday night. I mean, yeah, they go alright down at Amy Park on a Saturday night. Herbie as well, in the first game against the Cowboys could do well, but we'll just stick fat with the tried and true options, I think. So in all likelihood, that's going to be the moves this week. There is potential to, Turbo could become someone else, but I do like that as a bit of a pod option. So 10% still pod territory, so we'll run with that. And yeah, I think that's all the bases we need to cover, so we'll wrap the video up there. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.